Before we will enter the shoulder mobility routine, we're first going to warm up and activate the shoulders. So we're going to start off with eagle arms. Perform this movement very slowly and controlled for 10 reps. If you're new to this, perform this with just body weight. As it gets easy, when you start to feel nothing, you can start adding 1 to 2 kilo weights, and that's more than enough to really activate all the muscles in the shoulders. Take 30 to 45 seconds rest and then perform A2. So we're going to perform lay-in shoulder dislocations with a broomstick, or if you are more advanced, you can start to add small weights to the broomstick to make sure to activate your shoulder muscles even more. And you can also build some active mobility and strength in these type of ranges. So perform this for 10 reps. Always keep your arms straight and use a width where you don't feel any pain or discomfort. Make sure that there's no strain on the elbows and the bicep tendons. Always stay patient with this exercise and just perform 10 easy reps. So after you have done 2 rounds, we are moving to the shoulder mobility circuit. We're going to start off with the child's pose. Take a barbell or a broomstick in your hands around shoulder width apart with an underhand grip. Place your elbows onto the bench, then squeeze your hands down to your shoulders while keeping the biceps flexed. Now, make sure to keep your pelvis in posterior pelvic tilt and make sure to squeeze the abs hard here. Try to move your chest and your head down and take deep breaths. Hold this exercise actively for 30 or even 90 seconds. Just when there's too much discomfort, just go out of it and get back to it the next set. So with this exercise you need to really stay patient. There should be not too much pain and make sure to have a correct body position. Take 60-second rest and then move on to the cat stretch. So with this exercise we're going to extend our hips back so we get a full stretch on the shoulders and the chest and the lats. So here we're going to move to anterior pelvic tilt right here. Going to hold that position for 5 seconds. And then we're moving to posterior pelvic tilt. And while you're moving to posterior pelvic tilt, you push with your straight arms into the bench. And as you move to anterior pelvic tilt, you try to move your chest and head down to the floor as much as possible. When you move to posterior pelvic tilt, try to hollow out the upper body and push into the bench and extend away from the bench. This will really increase the stretch on your lats and on your shoulders. Perform that for 5 to 10 reps in the range of motion you are comfortable with. Again, take 60-second rest and then move to table. So the table will work your shoulder extension. So simply keep your arms straight and your shoulder width apart. Then retract your shoulders as much as possible and move your hips in line with your shoulders. Try to really extend your chest up to the sky as much as possible in the top position. And hold that position for 5 seconds each rep. Again, focus on squeezing the shoulder blades together to increase the stretch even more. Then take 60-second rest and perform the thoracic spine extension with a barbell. So if you are new to this, please start off with an empty broomstick or maybe 2 kilo added to the broomstick. So with this exercise we lay on the bench, we keep our arms straight. Make sure to really grip the bar tight so you can activate the shoulders muscles to stabilize your shoulders better in this position, and we're going to try to move the arms as far back as possible. Now you can also do this while keeping the ribs down, but I like to just try to move the ribs a little bit up so I can really move the shoulders in a greater range of motion. Although I like to do one set with the ribs up, like shown here, and one set with the ribs down. In this way, I work the shoulder flexibility in the two different positions, which for me just gives a little bit more than just doing the ribs down only or the ribs up. So as a finisher, we're gonna perform the standing pike shoulder extensions. So take a barbell or a towel, extend the shoulders or the barbell as much as far back until it meets your shoulder point, and then perform a pike stretch. While you go down into the pike stretch, try to get the hands behind you even further. And I like to do the pike stretch because in the bottom position you can slightly move your shoulders a little bit more, just because the point of gravity allows you to do that. So this is a great exercise to really focus on getting more shoulder extension. After that, just roll out the spine a little bit, or in the scapula area. So I always like to hug myself, so try to grab your shoulders with each hand and then roll out the spine in different areas where you feel tight. Hold it for a second. Just roll out wherever you feel tight and some pain. You can also arch the back, flex the back on a position where you feel pain or discomfort, and just roll it out for around 60 to 2 minutes, and then repeat the shoulder extension once again for 2 to 3 rounds. So there you go, guys. This is a really effective shoulder mobility routine. Perform this 1 to twice a week, maybe on a rest day or even before your training. It can really help increase your movements, and you will feel a lot of progress in your shoulder mobility, shoulder extension, overhead mobility, and just overall shoulder health, and all the strength and all the movements will improve for sure. Let me know how it goes. Thanks for watching. Peace.